There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture.
Hey guys, so this week I'm coming to you with another project that I'm working on for Mad Monster. Now, I'm starting this one knowing that I still have others that I haven't finished. But like I said, this one's specifically for Mad Monster, so I need to get this started and hopefully finished by February. I'm real bad about starting a bunch of projects and then jumping to another one and doing a video for it and not finishing up some of these old ones, so this one I'm starting somewhat early. But anyway, going into this, first and foremost, I want to thank iCandies. Really fast shipping. I used their new app to order these over Veterans Day weekend, and got it within 2 days. So, but stuff I ordered, I ended up getting 3 stickers. I got 2 here. One of them's already on my giant water jug. I got me some more Ronin Black because I love this stuff. I got me some, I believe this is the color shift, not the ultra color shift, but some Kabuki. And guys, I finally bit the bullet. I've wanted to see this cast since they came out with it, and since nobody's posted anything with it yet, I figured I would go ahead and do this. So I also have some red rum. Now, give me a second to readjust my camera and everything, and I'll show you what we're working with. Alright guys, so this is a mold I made out of melamine with some Tyvek tape mixed in, or put inside of it. I've used this a few times on some older projects and everything. Works great. This is a piece of Bamunga that I picked up at the workshop. I cut it down to fit inside this mold, and I cut it in half. So I have another half that I can do another one of these projects with, but the wood itself is about maybe about an inch, if not thicker. So got this all ready. Now all we got to do is mix up some resin and get poured. Alright guys, so the resin we're going to use today, I'm going to try and finish up some of the Artworks resin that I got. Now this stuff is really good. I've used a lot of it in the past, so I'm also going to put a link in the description below as to where you can get this. And we're going to mix up a batch of the Ronin Black and the red rum, and that's going to be the base in our cutting board that I'm going to pour. I'll come back when I'm ready to pour those. Alright guys, we got the Ronin Black and the red rum. Let's see how it looks. Wow. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this or not, but that looks really cool. Alright, so I'll give this a few hours to kind of cure up a little bit, and if I can find a couple of larger mixing cups, I'll mix up some more and pour it on top of here. So we'll be back. Man, I like the way that looks. Alright everybody, so the first pour was 12 ounces total. This pour is going to be 24 ounces total. And we're going to start off with the gray, or excuse me, the Ronin Black. And now the red rum. I really like this stuff, guys. Especially the way these two mix together. Looks really cool. Alright guys, you can't see the red rum so much in this one now, which kind of disappoints me, but I still think that, well, one, had I used more of the red rum, you might be able to see it pop more. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. However, I do think this still looks cool. Hopefully my idea that I'm working with here turns out pretty good. Alright guys, so I wasn't happy whenever I did that deeper pour. It just all looked like the Ronin Black instead of, and as I see the reflection here, you can see a little bit of the red rum mixed in with it, but I wasn't happy with the way it looked, so I sanded the top down a little bit, and now I'm going to pour 12 more ounces. I got 6 ounces of the Ronin Black and 6 ounces of the red rum. Alright guys, I like the way this looks. So we're going to go ahead and let this cure up, and then while that's going on, we can work on our next steps. Alright guys, so next step, debating on if I actually want to paint these. So originally I was going to cast some glow-in-the-dark skulls in this mold I have. I did that, and then I couldn't paint them the way I wanted to paint them. So I went over to my 3D printer, and I ran out of white filament. So I printed these out, which is, I believe, True Red. And my plan was to paint them white, and then paint glow-in-the-dark paint over them. And then fill in the eyes, nose, and try and get the teeth and everything. But looking at this, and looking how the resin looks right now, I may mix it up and paint a couple black, couple white with the glow in the dark, and leaving the rest red. Well, I'll paint a couple of these up white and then do the glow in the dark on top of it and see how I feel about it, and we can go from there. All right, everybody. So I painted some of these up. I left a couple red, some black, some white with some glow-in-the-dark paint over them. And that was actually red on the inside. It looked like one was black and the other one was red. But anyway, I got these all painted up. And I think I like this. Now I just need to place them in the cutting board I got going on over here and see what that looks like. Now, to give you an idea here, I am debating on pouring a little bit more red rum, and let's move over here and I'll show you why. Alright guys, so depending on the angle you look at this thing, and now that I say that, with the light on it, you can't see any of it. But depending on the angle you look at this thing, you can see the red rum. Otherwise, most of it has been absorbed by the Ronin Black. So it's hadn't quite been 8 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up 6 more ounces of the red rum. I'm going to pour a little bit on top, and then I'm going to place some of the skulls in there. I might not do 6 ounces, I might do 3. I just need to do enough to where I can fill in this crack here and put a little bit of extra color into this before I pour the clear over it. Now, bear with me here, and I'll be back momentarily after I get some of this stuff mixed up and figure out how I want to place everything. Alright guys, I mixed up about 4 ounces of the red rum. I'm going to pour some in this crack here, and then I'm going to zigzag a little bit over the leftover here. Now again, I hate the fact that it all depends on the angle you're looking at, that you can see where it is now. But hopefully after this, the red rum will pop on the Ronin Black like it did in the beginning. So, go ahead and pour a little bit over this little crack here. Okay. And I'll stir that around a little bit with the stir stick. And I can kind of see now why it blends in with the black. I keep forgetting that this is a red to black color shift. So maybe I should have picked another color to mix this with. Alright, so good news, bad news. Good news is it swirled pretty nicely depending on the angle you look at it. And looking at it from the camera here, you can definitely see the red rum. Bad news is that crack there, it did not fill up. So since I only poured a little bit, go ahead and leave it as is, and try and fill the rest of that in with some clear when I pour that. By the way, this that I poured here is actually can't see it. The super clear tabletop epoxy. Reason I went with that was because I ran out of the Artworks resin. So when we come back, when I fill the rest of this in, I'm going to do it with the deep pour. But before I do, I'm going to hit this with the torch real quick to pop all the little air bubbles. And then I'm going to put the skulls in there. When I put the skulls in there, I'll come back and let you guys see what it looks like. Alright, you guys. So, granted you're seeing this from the side. I'll see if I can't move the camera here in a minute and I'll give you a better look. But I got these placed in here, and as the resin cures, these will be glued in to how they're sitting now. I may move a few of these around. The only thing I'm really worried about here is the air bubbles. So I'm thinking I may have needed to wait until the air bubbles were done before I did this. But hopefully I can just pop these with the lighter, and I won't have to worry about it melting the 3D print. Alright, so I got the, I want to say flash, but might as well say light, turned on here, so it's a little bit brighter, than normal. But as I said, that didn't get filled in like I wanted, and as you can see, you can't really tell the red rum in there, but you angle it and look at that red. You look at it down right and it's black. Look at it from this angle, it's still black. But, and right here, you see what looks like a little bit of purple. But you angle it this way and you can see as soon as that light hits it, like right, where's my finger at? Like right here, you can see that red coming in as you angle it. So, can't say I'm too disappointed. Just saying that I probably mixed this up wrong to start off with, and that's what's causing it to blend in so much with the Ronin Black. But maybe if I mix this in with another color, like maybe a red, like a blood red or something, maybe it would have popped a little more, because then you would have seen the red and it would have faded into the black. But maybe on one of the next casts. But anyway, this is where we're at right now, and here after this cures, I'll pour some clear over it, and then when that cures, we'll be ready to pop it out of the mold. Hey everybody, so for the deep pour, we're going to use Super Clear's Liquid Glass Deep Pour 24 Hour. Alright everybody, here goes the clear coat, or deep pour, excuse me. Alright guys, I'll hit this a couple of times with the torch to make sure that no air bubbles come up and everything. But yeah, when we come back, we should be able to pop this out of the mold and be good to go. Alright everybody, so we're here at the workshop. We're going to go ahead and get this board planed down. I got a couple other projects I'm working on as well. So yeah, well, let's get in here and get started. Alright everybody, so again, we're here at the workshop. Got this pulled out of the mold. And again, I took out the big skulls out of here because I'm worried that the planer's going to hit it. Well, now that I'm looking at it from the side, I'm starting to wonder about these. Well, the good news is if I hit these, I can router them out, 3D print some more, put them in, refill it in. Excuse me. But we're going to go ahead and run it through the planer here. And I'm not going to play through me doing the whole thing. I'm just going to run it through a couple of times and then we'll come back. Now we got a ways to go on this, so I'll be back here shortly. I hit every single one of them. Alright, so I used the plunge router. Was able to get all these hollowed out. So now when I get home, like I said, I'll go ahead and take some of the 3D skulls that I made and I'll glue those into place, and then I'll be able to pour some resin over the top of it, and whenever we come back, hopefully we're just ready to start sanding. Hey everyone, so I'm splitting this project into 2 weeks. I don't like doing videos that are more than 20 minutes long, and I think this one's going to get close to it. I still have some editing to do and everything, but considering how much I still have left to do on this board, I figure we'll go ahead and split it into 2 weeks. So I'll be back next week with the second half of this video. Hopefully you liked what you've seen so far and it made you curious to see how this thing finishes. If it does, hit that little subscribe button down on the bottom. Over on the other side, there's a bell. Hit that. Click on all, and YouTube will let you know anytime I post a video. If you liked what you saw, comment on it. Share the video. If you comment on it, tell me if you've done something similar to this with embeds in a cutting board. Tell me if you run into some issues like I did. Otherwise, for those of you who have already subscribed, it means a lot. Thank you so much. And until next time, have a good one.